Art is made in so many different ways, and oftentimes it is made from pain. And right now I'm going through one of the most painful times of my life, letting go of a close person to me and like somebody I truly love and somebody that I still truly love. And I've always loved creating things. I've always loved art. I've always loved making something out of nothing, and that love has not disappeared in one way or another. I just, for a long time, didn't know what to create, didn't know what I wanted, didn't know myself. And like, that's so much of art where it's like you're put in this position where you don't know what you want to create, and then God or whatever you believe in puts something in your life and it shows you what you have to do, what your destiny is. And you have this knowing feeling in your heart. And I talk to everybody around me about this kind of like knowing feeling that you're meant for something, or you're meant to do something, or you're meant to create something, because we're put here to create. We're put here to do what we were put here to do, and sometimes that takes sacrifice. And sometimes on the other end of pain is something beautiful that you're able to create, and in this life there's so many distractions and there's so many ways that you can overly indulge in this or that to distract yourself from yourself, and my main goal in my life has been to distract myself from myself and run away from myself. And today I've realized like that's who I am, and that's my art. That's the art I have to make. That's the thing I have to put out into the world, is that we run away from ourselves to make ourselves feel more of ourselves, and I've always had the mentality of everything or nothing, and I put myself in sticky predicaments to fight out of just to feel alive, when creating is the thing that makes me feel alive. And truthfully, if I don't do this, I will die. I will die from my own suffering. I will die from my own self-indulgence, and the art that keeps me alive, the art that keeps me going, is the things that make me realize that my pain is not so alone, and that's mainly through music, and I've always loved music, I've always made music, and so much of the world paints everything into being you have to be something, or you have to make something of yourself out of something. And maybe that's true, maybe it's not, but I finally just said fuck it, I want to create something, and whatever that is, I'm going to. So I came up with Love Addicts Anonymous Records, Love Addicts Anonymous Productions, combining my love for film, combining my love for music and just art, and to make things. Like I've said to so many people around me, like, what are we doing? And that question that you ask yourself, or somebody asks you, like, what are you doing? What are you doing with your life right now? You have these talents, you have these gifts, you've been blessed with these gifts, you've been blessed with these talents. What are you doing? And it's like, when you ask that and you don't have the answer, and you know what you should be doing, you say, yeah, what am I doing? So I'm gonna stop asking those questions and do the thing. Do it till I can't stop doing it. Do it till I die, because I'm gonna die in the process of doing this, or I'm gonna die in the process of doing something else. And I think that we all live for love. I live for love. I live to feel loved. I live to feel like I am worth something. And you feel like you're living to feel like you're worth something, or we all want to feel loved. That's why we chase money. That's why we chase cars as men. That's why we chase status as men, to finally feel loved. And that's why women spread their love. That's why women do what they do to feel loved. We all move out of this world to feel loved in one way or another. And today I'm just not going to lie to myself about why I'm doing the things I'm doing, because I want to be loved. I'm not going to lie to myself about the fact that I want to be loved by you. And I finally want to be loved by myself. And this is the greatest act of love I can do to myself, is by creating the things that I want to create in this life and being the person that I want to be in this life and looking stupid. Because it's stupid to everybody else, but it's sane to me. And maybe I'm insane and maybe I'm crazy, but looking at myself in the mirror and letting days pass without doing the destiny of myself and seeing other people around me not do the destiny of themselves and not chasing the dream and actually believing this shit that you can't do what you love and make money or live life. Because this is the greatest joy, creating what you love and loving. You know, and love is completely scary, and love is completely baffling, and love motivates all, right? I have a fear today of maybe I'll never be loved again, or maybe I'll never find the love that I have for myself. But those answers I don't need to find. Those answers I don't need to have. I just have to live. And living is living in love. You know, and I'm addicted to it. I'm addicted to myself. I'm addicted to you. I'm addicted to everything. And it's everything or nothing. And I'm not going to lie and sit here that I don't want, and say that I don't want everything, because I want fucking everything. And I want to be everything that I'm meant to be. And call that fucking insane, but maybe I'm fucking insane because I'm insane enough to believe I can.